offered a $100,000 reward to anybody who could come up with a way of setting type. And so, naturally, in 1880, that was a lot of money. So a lot of printers got involved in trying to come up with a way of doing that. Unfortunately, they were printers. And so they were thinking about how can we take the cases of type and pick letters out mechanically and set them up. This was designed by a watchmaker. And he approached it completely different. He went on the idea of, well, why don't we just make type from scratch? To learn how to use this officially was a 6-year apprenticeship. A good linotype operator, he could replace 10 guys. Right here's where your most used key, right there. So you're using your left hand, and over here's right. These are your small caps, punctuation, numbers in the middle here. I'm going to bring this up here. This is going to go over, come down into the mold, be cast. Here's the molds for the bottom on that. And by turning this, marking it up here, there's different molds like this. This number 1 is 10, number 2 is 8, and number 4 is 12. So you have to set it for the mold you want. There it goes up. Feel them fall where they belong.
Basically, the letter load was used for headlines, advertisements, or whatever, newspapers. Basically, you have Macs. Mine are a little simpler, but we have a lot more variety. So basically, we're putting these in a stick. This is one of the innovations. This actually centers it on 22 and a half. Whenever I cast, my slug is 22 and a half. If I need a longer line, we actually have longer sticks, and they have a division in them. And it sets it up that the lines overlap, rest on each other. So here I've got Bill's knee. It goes in, locked up. I've got a melted pot of lead back here at 565 degrees. They just shot the lead up into the bottom of that. I always show this when we have particularly elementary school kids, and I always tell them I have one magic trick, only one, but it's really, really good, and that is
this is your keyboard. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not. And then over here is your traditional uppercase. Because in the old days, you had an uppercase that just had the capitals, and then down below is your lowercase. So during the time of the mass migration in the United States, which was in 1849, the gold rush, the printers in the East Coast, were going to move out there, and they had all these 2 cases and 2 cases. So they came down into 1 case. And this style case is known as the California job case. Okay, so again, this is your keyboard. So what you would do then is that I would have my gray board or chipboard, whatever you want to call it, have that over here, and my stack, usually that thing here. Then I come in here, line this up in here, come down, pull the hand down, boom, take out, put in, take out, and then you have to do 50 sheets. Then I tell them while they're at dinner talking, I says, hey fellas, you get paid by the piece. Right. So if you want to talk, you're going to make less money than the nice person over here is really being involved in printing, okay? So then I got into the left hand, right hand, and then when you move into the treble press with a motorized, you're into that method.